Okay, hello everyone again. It's me. As some of you may know, I'm the Southern African who's been cycling my bicycle around the world for the last 2 years. As you know, and as I've said before, I'm in New Zealand at the moment, cycling through New Zealand, and I've decided that the Super Rugby Stadium will be my general route for my bicycle journey through New Zealand. Now, I started about just over a month ago up at Eden Park and cycled, visited the Auckland Blues, and then cycled roughly 200 kilometers to the home of the Waikato Chiefs in Hamilton. And now I've come about 500 kilometers down to Wellington in the home of the Hurricanes. Now, I visited the stadium, the Westpac Stadium, affectionately known as the Cake Tin, and they share their ground with the Phoenix, a football side, and as a result I never got to speak to anyone from the Hurricanes. So I've come across the road to the New Zealand Rugby Union, which is funnily enough just across the road, and once again I'll say it, can you believe it? And I'll go one step further, unbelievable. I came in here and I met this man here who actually managed to give me the opportunity to hold the Webb Ellis Cup in my hands. As a rugby fan, a fan of the game, having grown up in South Africa, one of the powerhouses of rugby, having studied in Wales, a classic rugby nation, and having visited New Zealand on 2 occasions in my lifetime, the greatest rugby nation, I suppose it was fitting for that to happen here. And it was great, it was unbelievable. It's Eziel, is it, mate? Ezra, mate, thanks so much. You don't know how much I appreciated that moment. I really enjoyed it, my friend. Thanks so much. But with all of that behind us, we're here to talk about the Hurricanes. Yep. And I know you're a Hurricanes fan, and I basically want to ask you, although I know you don't work for the Hurricanes, you're the concierge for New Zealand Rugby Union. Yep. Maybe I can just ask you what that entails, being the concierge for the New Zealand Rugby Union.
Okay. In a nutshell, concierge role is more aligned to hotels. Okay. So I've come from a hotel background. Used to work at the Intercontinental, 5 minutes down the road. But the New Zealand Rugby Union created a role for a concierge 3-4 years ago, and I thought I'd give it a nudge. Luckily enough, got the gig, and I've been here ever since. And love it. Oh,
awesome. Well, I tell you what, it was my luck that you did, because otherwise I wouldn't have had that opportunity earlier today. But let me go on, and if I can just ask you, I know you are a Hurricanes fan, if I can just ask you, what is your first memory of the Hurricanes? Can you give us that?
Yeah, I watched the very first game back in 1996, which was the first ever Super Rugby game. Super 12 as it was known, and the Hurricanes featured in that opening game. They hosted the opening game, Palmerston North. They played the Blues. They lost, from memory, 36-28. But a cousin of mine, Alama Yeremia, scored their first try. And Alama obviously is currently the assistant coach for the Hurricanes. So I guess it's for me it's quite special that a family member, a relative, was involved in that opening game. Yes. And will go down as history as having scored the first try. But now currently is on the coaching panel.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, mate. As we know, the Hurricanes are always a team that loves scoring tries and are always up there as the top try scoring team in Super Rugby. With that in mind, where do you think they'll finish in the 2013 season, my man? There's 15 spots. Where do you think they'll end up?
Oh, they've got to win it. Especially after this season. They got so close to making the playoffs. I think from memory, they just missed out. But massive strides made this year. Hammett wasn't the most popular in town last year, but this year won the fans back, which was important. Obviously, the fans got along to the ground, got behind the boys. Had a few down days, but there were more better days than not so good days. But next year, Hurricanes all the way. They've got to win it.
So you're picking them for top?
I think
to lift the cup next year.
Yep, if they play anything like they did this year, and having got it this year under their belt, they'll be a lot better for it, and I think they'll be champions next year.
Awesome, mate. Thanks so much. Well, there you have it. Hurricanes to lift the cup 2013. And with that, saying that, I'll catch up with you guys at my next stop, which is the most successful team in Super Rugby, the Canterbury Crusaders, down in Christchurch. Thanks so much.